Today, I want to talk to you guys about one of the worst problems I have ever had as a content creator. A problem that became so severe, I started to hate uploading videos. I started to hate streaming. In fact, every single time I ended a stream or uploaded a video, I started to feel terrible. So terrible, in fact, I considered quitting. And I know that sounds insane to say, but that's right. I considered walking away from a 100,000 sub YouTube channel, my dream for the past 5 years as a content creator, to go back to my 9 to 5. So today, guys, I want to talk about how my obsession with analytics, numbers, and putting all of my self-worth into them caused me to hate content creation, and hopefully teach you guys how to avoid going through the same thing as you grow as a content creator. Let's go. Hey, I'm Eljay from StreamScheme.com. I'm also a variety streamer over at twitch.tv/LJM_. There are links to both those in the description. So I've been a streamer for about 19 months now. I actually grew to be a Twitch partner in under a year, and I grew this channel from 0 to 100,000 YouTube subs in about a year as well. I wanted to give that context as to who I am because I am not a giant streamer. I'm not even a big streamer or a medium streamer. I am a small streamer in the grand scheme of things. But I hope my story today will still resonate with a lot of you out there. And in fact, I know it will, because after talking to a lot of content creators, there are people who are feeling burnt out, frustrated, considering quitting, and have even quit content full time because of this issue. I want to talk about all of those feelings today and how you can make content in a healthy way that doesn't allow you to have your self-worth connected to how many views you're getting. But first, I will throw it out there. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Own.tv. You guys should know about Owned by now. They're a fantastic resource for any streamer. I think their shop is one of the few out there that has something for everyone, and no matter what they're looking for, it will be there. Sub emotes, alerts, overlays, animated and static ones, it doesn't matter. They have got it. They've also got a great plugin for OBS called Owned Pro that I really recommend you guys check out. It comes with easy install clicks for all of their alerts and their overlays. But the really cool thing about it is the fact that Owned Pro is kind of like Netflix for overlays. If you're trying to find the overlay that works for you, this might be what you want to try because you can click between them pretty easily. We have a link in the description that'll take you over to Own.tv. If you want to support me, guys, go and support them with that link in the description, because without Owned, we couldn't keep making these videos consistently, and I really appreciate all the support they give me and this community. When you first start out as a content creator, it is incredibly difficult to not check your analytics. While you're live, you want to see how many viewers you have, so you keep staring at that little red number, hoping for it to go up. You're feeling terrible when it goes down. Or when you upload a video or you finish stream, you check your analytics instantly. And, well, everything that determines if a stream or video was good, bad, or successful in any way starts to come down to those numbers. Did you get enough viewers? Did you get enough followers? Did you have a high audience retention? All of these things and more start to determine if you even enjoyed the stream. Because as I said to you, those analytics determine if it was a bad stream or if it was a good stream. And your enjoyment can't be measured in those numbers in any way. And it's the same on every single platform. If you release a video, you're constantly checking to see if it's getting views. Maybe you go to bed and the first thing in the morning you wake up, you check your phone and you want to see, did I get any views overnight? Did I get any subs overnight? At worst, you haven't gotten any new subs or any new views overnight. And at best, well, you have. And then you're looking at them going, hey, neat, I'm growing. And you're still allowing those views and subs to determine your self-worth and whether or not what you created is good enough. This is a problem that I've had constantly over the last 19 months as a content creator. Hi, I am LJM and I am addicted to my analytics. It used to be much worse. When this channel first started picking up, I would check the analytics hourly. I would have the YouTube Studio app on my phone and I'd be replying to comments while I was getting groceries. I'd be playing Sea of Thieves with my mates, and rather than just enjoying it, I would have my analytics up on another monitor and I'd be telling them, we only got 500 views this hour or 600 this hour. I wonder why. And they would all pretend to care before going right back to firing my pet monkey Jeffrey out of a cannon. I undoubtedly became an expert at reading my channel's analytics, both on YouTube and on Twitch. But it was incredibly stressful and toxic. And even worse, because my self-esteem and self-worth was so heavily connected to it, if I had a really bad stream or a really bad video upload, then it would take so much effort for me to come back out and keep making content, because I didn't believe that anything I was creating was worth it, or because one analytic said I was doing badly. I know that's a lot of doom and gloom for content creation, but I'm just being honest with how I felt. And don't worry, we have actionable steps coming up in this video so that you never have to deal with this, or if you are dealing with this, how you can get out of it. So stay tuned. As I said, the reason this was so awful was because I could have a really enjoyable stream. I could have so much fun on a 3 to 4 hour stream with my audience. We'd be laughing, having great moments, and then afterwards I'd look at my analytics, and even if my average viewers was up, maybe my daily subs was down, maybe my daily follows was down, and I would notice that analytic and start to feel bad. Because as humans, we notice negative things easier. We're looking for reasons to put ourselves down rather than lift ourselves up. And I'd start to question if the content was even good. Was it actually as fun as I remembered, or did I just enjoy myself but make a bunch of bad content because it wasn't really measurable? And again, the same thing happened on YouTube. I would upload a video and I would spend so long analyzing every little thing. Even if everything was fantastic except my viewer retention was low, I would go, well, I guess this video sucks. I guess this is a terrible video. Despite it getting so many views, they're not watching it in full. And while yes, I did learn a lot from looking at certain analytics, and I learned how you guys absorb my content, but if I just taken half of the amount of time I spent looking at my analytics and put that into script writing instead, I would be a much more successful content creator. Because I'll tell you what, it is a colossal waste of time to look at your analytics as much as I do. But I'll explain that fully in a second. When it came to Twitch, I did something absolutely insane. I would pull up my VOD and also pull up my average viewership graph for that stream, and I would watch them in real time, back to back, and see exactly what caused a drop in viewership. Oh, changing categories drops viewership? Okay, I'll try not to change categories midstream. Oh, if I tell a bad joke, I lose viewers. If I run an ad, oh, nothing happens. People would rather mid-rolls than pre-rolls. That's good to know. And so many other things. And I'm not the only one guilty of being obsessed with analytics. No, I know you guys are obsessed with it. You keep flopping your tick picks, that's analytics picks, out in the Stream Scheme Discord asking, hey, why do you think this one viewer left an hour in? And aggressively criticizing and critiquing yourself just like I did. Okay, so I know looking at analytics is a crucial part of being a content creator. I'm not trying to say it isn't. So instead, let's set some ground rules and some actionable tips so that you're able to look after your analytics without overdoing it. The first rule, if you're going to be looking at your Twitch analytics, particularly looking at specific streams and trying to analyze them, please remember, Twitch is live content, which means sometimes it will fluctuate to be better or worse, completely outside your control. Sometimes your regulars can't be there. Sometimes people have to work, pick up kids, or do so many other things that doesn't matter if your content is good or bad. They just can't make it. I see so many people analyzing individual stream analytics and trying to figure out why a stream was bad and then completely changing everything they're doing to try and make their streams successful again. And yeah, it's important to make sure you're growing, but it's so much more important to make sure you are enjoying the content you produce. Because making content you hate isn't something you should aim for, even if it means growth. So many of you misunderstand. When I say to niche down and to make discoverable content, it doesn't mean to make something you dislike or something you hate. It means take the things you love and the things that you want to create and adapt them. Make them discoverable. Make it so the audience who you want to watch that, who want to watch you, have a way to actually find you. The second rule, if you're going to check your analytics, please don't do it on random days or at random times, and never do it right after a stream, especially if you have a really good stream that you feel great about. If you finish a stream and you really enjoyed it, you loved it, you think it was great content, then enjoy that feeling. Spend an entire day feeling great about it. Go to bed, wake up the next day, and rather than look at your analytics, take that stream and start turning it into more content. With that great mindset, create TikToks, shorts, turn it into a full video for YouTube. And then, after you've done all of that, then you can check your analytics. If you do check your analytics right after that stream and they say it was a bad stream, you're going to start to feel kind of like garbage, and you're going to be much less motivated to take that stream and make it into more content. And that means you won't be as discoverable. I don't feel like I need to say this, but obviously never check your analytics midstream. Just focus on making the best content you can. Don't look at Discord, don't get distracted, just make good content. The third rule is don't allow your stream analytics to determine if the stream was successful. Set yourself a bigger goal than wanting 5 average viewers. Set yourself a bigger goal than wanting to get 10 new followers. Be in full control of your own success. You cannot control getting 5 average viewers or 10 new followers, but you know what you can control? making an awesome stream and then turning it into an awesome video that can go on to get 100 views, 1,000 views, or even 100,000 views. Recently, myself and another content creator were talking about how we're trying to make more content for our YouTube channels. But every time we try and stream something that would actually work to be turned into a YouTube video, our average viewers drop from 150, 200 to 80 or 90. But you know what? I don't care, because I would rather have 50 average viewers and create an amazing video that anyone can watch forever than have 100 average viewers that can't be turned into a video, and the moment I end stream, they vanish and nobody else can find my content because I'm not live. What do you think? What would you rather? Speaking of YouTube videos, there are a few rules that I do to make sure that I don't lose my mind and I'm actually productive. The first one being, these days, I only check my YouTube analytics once a day for 30 minutes. That's it. No more than that. If I do more than that, I'm wasting my time. The only reason I check for 30 minutes is because it's enough time for me to go, cool, there are no huge dips, my impressions are doing well, and there's nothing I need to take action on immediately. If I do release a video, then I will briefly watch it for the first 2 hours of its release. I'm checking the click-through rate, the impressions, and its overall reach to make sure that it's actually appealing to my audience. If not, I can make a change to the thumbnail and the title to hopefully make it more appealing. Then I'll check again at the 24-hour mark to make sure the average viewer duration is high enough. If not, I need to figure out why this video is being watched less. And then I won't look at it again for 3 days because I don't want to know anything else. I want to focus on making the next video. The thing that I review that I think is the key factor as to why I've been successful on YouTube isn't even in the analytics. No, every time I release a video, I will watch it back at full speed and I will constructively critique myself so that I create something better next time. And I do this for streams as well. I'll watch back a stream or a video and pick 1 or 2 things to improve before the next upload or the next stream. And I can see that progress that I'm making every single time I put out content. In short, I'm not connecting my value to the number of videos I'm releasing or to the number of views I'm getting. I'm connecting it to the improvements I make, to my ability to grow as a person and to create better content next time. Earlier in this video, I said if I take all or half of the time I spent looking at analytics and focused on scripting instead, that I would be a more successful creator. And the reason for this is because that most of your success in life comes down to just 20% of the work you do. The other 80% is important, absolutely, but it isn't what allows you to grow. I think if you want to sound smart, this is called the Pareto principle, but I've always just called it the Siggy method, because when you make it a bar graph, it looks a little bit like a cigarette. When I look back at all of the time I spent on useless things when I could have just spent it script writing, brainstorming, or filming videos, then I cringe so hard at myself. And this is someone who comes from a creative background, who understands this principle, and I still did it. This is why I constantly tell you guys to stop spending so much time on your logos. You guys spend hours on your offline screens, your banners, and so many other things, and you don't even have a content plan or a content strategy yet. None of those things matter. They matter so little. Did you know that every single profile picture for Stream Scheme isn't centered? Did you know that the start of this video where the motion graphics come up, since the very first video, has been off center? And I've only received 1 comment about it. But now I've ruined it for every single one of you, and I'm so sorry. I'm not fixing it. It doesn't matter. Let me give you an example of the Siggy method. I'm recently finding out that my scripting process needs even more time than I thought. I spent 3 weeks scripting a video and it got 100,000 views when I released it. When I spent a month scripting a video and also planning out the title and the thumbnails during the scripting process, it got over 250,000 views in the first month. I could easily smash out 4 to 5 videos about how Twitch is dying, about how Streamlabs is trash, about terrible sponsorship programs that are trying to scam you, or about how multi-level marketing platforms with referral codes are apparently a thing now in this industry. But I don't want to do those videos. I want to create videos that interest me and videos that I think have real value to you guys. And because I invested so much time into the scripting process for those 2 videos I mentioned, and because I was actually interested in them, that's why they performed incredibly. This really is the massive piece of advice that I can give you. The summary of the entire video is to start focusing on the things that matter. Your strategy, your planning, making good content that is discoverable and that you actually enjoy. Or in general, just start actually making content and stop being haunted by analysis paralysis or trying to make sure that the thing you make is perfect. Because that's the real secret to growing. Stop wasting time on the unimportant shit like logos, offline screens, and of course, hourly analytics. For fuck's sake, please Never install the YouTube Studio app on your phone. That's one of the biggest issues I had. And when I stopped doing all these things and just started focusing on making content that I enjoyed again, well, then I didn't want to quit anymore. Speaking of the content that I've enjoyed making, apparently YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video and it will help you make content. So why not give it a click and see whether or not the YouTube algorithm is right. Guys, consider subscribing, liking the video, and comment down below if this helped. It was a bit of a different one, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy 2022.